Shabbat Shalom and welcome. We turn to page 189 and I would like Jill to come forward and light the candles for us.
Come, let us welcome Shabbat.
May its radiance illumine our hearts.
Light is the symbol of the divine.
The Lord is my light and my salvation.
Light is the symbol of the divine within us.
The human spirit is the light of the Lord.
Light is the symbol of the divine law.
The mitzvah is a lamp and the Torah a light.
Light is the symbol of Israel's mission.
I, the Lord, have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations. Light the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner Shabbat. Light it again, please. And at the bottom together, may God bless us with Shabbat joy. May God bless us with Shabbat holiness. May God bless us with Shabbat peace. Amen. Thank you, Jill. We continue on 190, please. Lord of the universe, we lift up our hearts to you, the maker of heaven and earth. The infinite heavens and the quiet stars tell of your endless power. We turn from our daily toil, from its clamor and its weariness, to meditate on the serene calm of your presence that pervades all creation and hallows our life with the blessing of Shabbat peace. Together?
Honor and peace, bless our worship on this Sabbath day. Enlighten our eyes to behold your guiding power in all nature. From the remotest star to our inmost song. Incline our hearts to love you and to make your will the law of our life. Be with us as our comfort in sorrow, our
Strength in trial. Give us courage to serve you in all our ways. May our words of prayers and our unspoken meditations unite us in the love of your name, O God, our Creator and Redeemer. Amen. You all have the sheets with the words for Bless Our Temple. I hope you do. And let's join Debbie and Mike, please.
Our God and God of our fathers, bless our temple and bless us too. Our God and God of our mothers, we help each other in all we do. Shabbat we keep and remember, a time to sense your grace. Our families gather for the Seder and the holy days. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Eloheinu v'Elohei Imotenu. Our God and God of our fathers, bless our temple and bless us too. Our God and God of our mothers, we help each other in all we do. We teach our children for tomorrow and celebrate today. Share loving hearts in time of sorrow when there's no words to say. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Eloheinu v'Elohei Imotenu. Our God and God of our fathers, bless our temple and bless us too. Our God and God of our mothers, we help each other in all we do.
Thank Thank you. We continue on 190, please, responsibly, okay? We give thanks to you, O God, for this Shabbat day, which unites us as a community of faith and hope.
For the holiness of the Sabbath, which will lead us to
Fulfill the best that is in us, we give thanks. For the memories of the Sabbath enriched by generations of our people who observed it and from it drew courage to face hardship and light to banish darkness, we are grateful.
We offer thanks for the peace of the Sabbath,
The day consecrated
to family love.
O God, our turning to you exalt our humanity. You are the joy of our life, the source of its greatness, its power, and its beauty.
Help us, O God, to find inspiration for the coming week. Help us to find peace within ourselves and one another.
This Shabbat sheds light upon us, light for the days to come. We have leisure by which to see the world with new and grateful eyes. We have time now to look inward, and now we are free to embrace family and friends, to make our lives simpler and more complete together. We think of our homes and those we love when we call to mind the duties and affection of home. How greatly are all blessings enriched, all cares and sorrows softened. May the hearts of the parents and children always be turned to one another, that our homes may be sanctuaries of love and devotion. May we use this Shabbat to bring happiness to our family life and blessing to our temple. Blessed is the Sabbath, the Queen of Days, which adds new soul to Israel's life.
More than Israel has kept the Sabbath, has the Sabbath kept Israel.
Happy are those who remember the Sabbath, who hallow it with prayer and song.
Happy are those who rejoice in the eternal, who take delight in the heritage of their people.
Their homes are filled with light and gladness.
The joy of the eternal is their strength.
We continue with the Reader's Kaddish. You may find it if you need 765, I think. And if you need to leave your hand there, we'll go back and forth. Owen, would you like to come, please? Yeah. Okay.
Ikeda vikeda sheme rabba.
Amen.
Rama dibrachute biamich machute.
V'chayechonu yom echad uv'chayei kol Beit Yisrael b'gala uv'zman hakari v'yimeru amen. Yehesh merava mevorach le'olam lo'al me'almaya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha
B'yihu
le'ela minko birchata v'shirata
tushechata v'nechemata damira ne'alma v'yimeru amen.
We rise for the Baruch Hu, please. 193. Leave your hand in the back if you need, okay?
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai
HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher
Bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. Eternal God, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Together, please.
You are our God, the source of life and its blessings. Wherever we turn our gaze, we behold signs of your goodness and love. The whole universe proclaims your glory. Your loving spirit hovers over all your works, guiding and sustaining them. The harmony and grandeur of nature speak to us of you. The beauty and truth of Torah reveal your will to us. You are the one and eternal God of time and space. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We're going to offer the Ve'ahavta in Hebrew and then in English. Okay? Ready? The words are on 767 and 8, if you need them in transliteration. Okay, start.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובחולך, ובשתך מאוד על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבת המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
You have the words I wrote.
And you shall love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words I command you this day shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when sitting in your house, when you're on your way, when you lie down, when you rise up, when you're homeward bound. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, that you will remember, do all my mitzvot, to be holy unto your God. That you will remember, do all my mitzvot, to be holy unto your God.
Wonderful. We are at the bottom of 195, please. Eternal truth, it is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
All nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares.
Let them beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up swords against nations. Let them study war no more.
You shall not hate another in your heart. You shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Let the stranger in your midst be to you as a native, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage we went forth to freedom, so let all be free to sing with joy.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha leda b'kodesh nora tehilo tosef eleh nora tehilo tosef eleh מלאכותך ראו בניך, בוקי היום לפני משה. והם יעלו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
197. Cause us, O Lord our God, to lie down in peace and to awaken each morning to renewed life and strength. Spread over us the shelter of your peace.
Help us to order our lives by your counsel, and lead us in the paths of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protect us from hate and war, from pestilence and sorrow.
Curb also within us the inclination to do evil, and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Guard our going out and our coming in unto life and peace from this time forth and forever.
Blessed is the Lord, whose shelter of peace
Spread over us, over all his people forever, and over Jerusalem.
Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael.
We continue with the Shamru at the bottom of 197 or 769 if you need. The covenant between God and Israel to observe the seventh day. Ready?
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat,
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We continue with the Amidah on 198 if you need 769. And today we're going to start with adding the mothers because, you know, most of the mothers here are doing so much for the congregation, right? So follow me, follow Debbie, whoever knows it, join us. Please rise.
Adonai sefataticha ufiagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, ואל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוהר הסערות ואימהות, ובלי גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות ומדומך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ולמען אתה חיות האבות. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום ינהלוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We bless God, the Holy God. Please be seated. We continue with Yismechu. If you need the words in transliteration, 770. Another song to celebrate the Sabbath day. Okay? Yismechu b'malchutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat.
Kore oneg Shabbat, Yismechu b'malchutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, Kore oneg Shabbat. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם יספרו ויקנגו מטובך שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת, וקורא עונג שבת. השביעי רצית בו, רצית עשית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימים, אותו קראת שבת, ישרפו במלאכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. יזכו במלאכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
In the middle of 200, please. Our God and God of all Israel, grant that our worship on this Sabbath be acceptable to your sight. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, that we may share in the blessings of your word. Teach us to be satisfied with your gift of goodness, and gratefully to rejoice in all your mercies.
Purify our hearts that we may serve you in truth. Oh, help us to preserve the Sabbath from generation to generation, that it may bring rest and joy,
peace and comfort to the dwellings of our people, and through it your name be hallowed in all the earth. We thank you, O God, for the Sabbath and its holiness. Look with favor, O Lord, upon us, and may our service be acceptable to you. Blessed is the eternal God, whom alone we serve with reverence. Together, please. Lord, we give thanks for the freedom that is ours, and we pray for those in other lands who are persecuted and oppressed. Help them to bear their burdens, and keep alive in them the love of freedom and the hope of deliverance. Uphold also the hands of our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. Cause a new light to shine on Zion upon us all. Let the time may come again when your Torah will go forth from the house of Israel, your word from the tents of Jacob. Blessed is our God, whose presence gives life to his people Israel. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'olam va'ed. Sur chayenu, magen yishenu, ata hu ledor vador. We gratefully acknowledge, O Lord our God, that you are our creator and preserver, the rock of our life and our protecting shield. Together,
we give thanks to you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are ever in your keeping, for your wondrous providence and your continuous goodness, which you bestow on us day by day. Truly, your mercies never fail, and your love and kindness never cease. Therefore, we forever put our trust in you.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lehodot. Blessed is the eternal God, to whom our thanks are due. We continue with a song for peace, Shalom Rab.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon, lechol hashalom. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai Oseh Hashalom.
Thank you. Please take your seat and take a moment of silent prayer, please. There's a lot to pray for today.
Shomer, Shomer Yisrael. Shomer, Shomer Yisrael. Shemor she'arit Yisrael. Shemor she'arit Yisrael. Ve'al yovad, ve'al yovad, ve'al yovad Yisrael. Ha'omrim Shema Yisrael.
We turn to page 453. Tonight we begin with the Rosh Chodesh Nisan, which is the month of Geulah, the month that the Israelites left Egypt. So this is a very, very special month. In 2 weeks, we're going to celebrate Passover. Next week is Shabbat HaGadol. So there's a lot on the calendar. According to our calendar, the month of Nisan begins tonight. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו שתחדש עלינו את החודש הזה לטובה ולברכה ותיתן לנו חיים ארוכים, חיים של שלום, חיים של טובה, חיים של ברכה, חיים שתהי בנו אהבת תורה ויראת שמיים, חיים שימלאו משאלות ליבנו לטובה. O Lord our God, let the coming month bring us renewed good and blessing. May we have long life, a life of peace, prosperity, and health, a full life of blessing, a life exalted by love of your Torah and devotion to your service, a life in which our heart's desires are fulfilled for good. O wondrous God, who in ancient days led our people from bondage to freedom, redeem us now out of our exile from one another, making all Israel one united people. Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Chal, Hayom Ba'erev B'Shabbat, הבא עלינו בטובה ועל כל ישראל, יחדשהו הקדוש ברוך הוא עלינו ועל כל עמו בית ישראל, לחיים ולשלום, לששון ולשמחה, לישועה ולנחמה, ונאמר אמן. God of holiness,
Let the new month bring for us
and for the whole house of Israel,
life and peace, joy and happiness, deliverance and comfort, and let us say, Amen.
Wonderful. We continue now on 417 with the Torah service. I would like Fernando to come help me, please. 417.
In kamocha ba'elohim Adonai, ben kemaasecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor vador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai Elohim, הרחמים, היטיבה ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אלרם וניצח אדון עולמים.
עבודות אל אלוהינו ותנו כבוד לתורה. Let us declare the greatness of God and give honor to the Torah.
כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד, אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. תדעו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדו לו, והגדו לו, והתפארת, והנצח, וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה, והמתנשא לכל ראש. רוממו, רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו, וישתחוו, וישתחוו להקדשו. רוממו, רוממו, אדוני אלוהינו, וישתחוו, וישתחוו להקדשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו.
Thank you. Please be seated. So today we continue with the book of Leviticus, Parashat Ki Tazria, which is related to childbirth and other skin diseases and all kind of fun things. That's one, I'm going to say it again probably, but one of the most hated Torah portion for any bar bat mitzvah. So Owen, say thank you. Okay, Sarah, would you like to come? Please offer the Torah blessings. תעמוד שרה בת אברהם ושרה לכבוד התורה.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Just so you know, I'm going to read a little bit. I'm not going to go into details, not translate. Okay. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, and God spoke to Moses saying, דבר אל בני ישראל לאמור. Say to the people of Israel thus, אישה כי תזריע וילדה זכר, וטמאה 7 ימים כימי נידת תטמא, וביום השמיני ימול בשר עורלתו. ו30 יום ו3 ימים תשב בדמי טהרה, בכל קודש לא תיגע, ואל המקדש לא תבוא, עד מלות ימי טהרה. Okay, we're talking here about if she gives a birth to a boy, on the 8th day the boy should be circumcised. And I'm going to stop it.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בדרכינו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Thank you. Please rise and sit down here.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל מגן אדוני ביד משה.
Bring the hat, please. No, here. Can you turn it? Please be seated. So the Haftarah comes from the book of Kings, and as we always say, it's related to the Torah portion, but I read something, but it's not going to be the same part that I read about. The Haftarah relates to more of the skin disease, actually, that is in the Torah portion. So it's about laws of purity and impurity. As I said before, no bar mitzvah kid wants to read, of course. We see that just like there is order in creation, there is, hold on for a second. I think I made a little boo-boo. Okay. There is order also in the purity and impurity, okay? So the Torah portion deals with the treatment of leprosy, skin disease, and so does the Haftarah. As I said, first, Elisha was a farmer before he became a follower of Elijah, and his loyal followers never left him. He was an outsider who was engaged in confrontation with corrupt power of religion, and we know that many rulers were seeking his advice. So we know that many miracles were attributed to him. In the Haftarah, we hear about Naaman, a Syrian general who was afflicted with skin disease, leprosy, and healed by the waters of the Jordan River. And through his relationship with Elijah, who who preached about 300 years before the destruction of the temple. So, as a consequence, when Naaman saw that he was healed, he didn't believe first that it's going to happen. Then he acknowledged God as the ruler of the world. And so I'm going to offer just a little bit of the Haftarah. If you want to follow me with the blessings on 773, if you want, or 420. Okay? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher בחר בנביאים טובים ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק. אמן. וירד ויטבול בירדן 7 פעמים כדבר איש האלוהים, וישב בשרו כבשר נער קטון ויטהר. וישב אל איש האלוהים ובכל מחנהו, ויבוא ויעמוד לפניו ויאמר הננה ידעתי כי אין אלוהים בכל הארץ כי אם בישראל, ואתה קח נא ברכה מאת עבדיך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות, האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. We continue with Mishaberach. It's time to offer prayers for the people that we want them to heal and feel better. Okay, there are many people who are sick among us, so this is the time to offer a prayer for them. Okay, I have a list, so I'm going to go through my list. Sylvia, you're always the first. So we have Buzz Eisenberg, Mac Esner, Sid Feldman, Lorna Fotino, Marshall Geiselman, Beth Goldman, John Gold, Adam and Brian Heisler, Jacob Masuda, Rhonda Phillipsborn, Shelley and Marty Rottenberg, Donald Shapiro, Carla Susan, Judith, George, and Gunther Zubrikas, Terry Krylov, Fred Kobeck, Ben Plotkin, Beb Smeza, Caitlin and Candice Ryan, Lily Gross, and Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishebera imotenu Mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We turn to 423 at the top, and I ask you to please rise as we return the Torah to the ark. You want me to take my
Odo haaretz v'shamayim, v'yaret keren le'amo, te'ila lechol chasida, livnei Yisrael am krovo. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
424. The Torah of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul.
The teaching of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
The precepts of the Lord are right, delighting the mind.
The mitzvah of the Lord is clear, giving light to the eyes.
The word of the Lord is pure, enduring forever.
The judgments of the Lord are true and altogether just.
Behold, the good doctrine has been given you, my Torah. Do not forsake it. It is a tree of life to those who hold it fast, and all who cling to it find happiness. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace. Together,
Help us to return to you, O Lord, then truly shall we return. Renew our days as in the past.
Et Chaimi Lamazima Vetom Leah Ve'usha Derachea Darchei Noah Vechol Netivoteha Shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha Menashuma Kadesh Kadesh Yameinu Kadesh Yameinu
thank you. Please be seated. You know, I know this week and last week we've been talking a lot about circumcision because it's part of it. So Jonathan talked about it. On Wednesday we talked about it. And once again, hopefully different things you'll hear. So as I said before, we see that just like there was an order in the creation, there was order also in the purity and impurity. So the Shmini last time talks about the laws of kashrut, purity of what animals we can eat and what we can't. And Kazuya, this Torah portion, talks about the purity of human beings. It's a little more intimate. So do I want to discuss it? No, thank you. I would like to focus on the covenant with God through the circumcision, the brit. Also, not an easy subject to discuss. To make a point, here's a little story, okay? Two Jewish guys in their 30s were sitting and having coffee one day, discussing the subject of circumcision. One guy was determined to get it done since his parents didn't do it for him. His friend said, I really don't recommend it. I had it done when I was 8 days old, and for a whole year I couldn't walk.
Touche.
So why do we do it? Why is it an important part of Jewish religious life? According to the Torah, when Abraham circumcised Isaac, it was to be the sign of the covenant between God and the Jewish people. The Hebrew word brit literally means covenant. In our Torah portion, we see that it is a commandment that has to be fulfilled in the 8th day of a newborn boy. In fact, it is so important that that it even postponed the mitzvah of Shabbat or Yom Kippur. If it happens on Shabbat or Yom Kippur, it has to be done. It's more important. Only if there is a doubt of the time, like on Shabbat, if it's in the evening, especially in the evening, what day it goes with, then it's postponed to the next day. And if the baby is sick, it's also, or too small, it's also postponed. These are the times that people have to postpone them. So what is a brit circumcision? It's a cutting of the foreskin, a mark, a symbol for all generations that embedded in a male Jew's body as a covenant. This idea of remembering the covenant with Abraham has penetrated deeply into our religious consciousness, but we enter the child into covenant because we were commanded to do so. Worshipping God combines remembering of what happened to the Jewish people and fulfilling the commandments which were given to us. It's customary to do the brit in the synagogue right after the morning service in the presence of a minyan. And then followed by a little festive meal, just like Abraham did on the day he circumcised Isaac. But it's okay if you don't have a minyan, you still have to do it. In the book of Deuteronomy, it says, Umaltem et orlat levavchem. You should cut away the thickening of the heart, circumcise the skin of your heart. Orla is the foreskin, is related to the word arel. Arel means impure. It is what blocks the heart and makes it inaccessible to God's teaching. It's a metaphor for the mental abstraction that prevents us from fulfilling God's commandments. Later, we see that Moses, who was Arel Sfatayim, he was a stutterer, right? Stutterer, said to the people, Umal Adonai et levavchem, God will circumcise your heart. God will open your heart and soul to love God. By the removal of the foreskins from the heart, we remove obstacles that are in the way of understanding God's will. Circumcision is a mitzvah that has kept the unity and the uniqueness of the Jewish people and prevented assimilation of the Jews. I'm saying in the past. I can't say about today's. Okay? Even in times of oppression, when it was easy to identify a Jew, the Jews took risks and circumcised their children. As Jews, we endlessly try to keep our identity, and this is a key for the survival of our people. Rabbi Moshe Shapiro wrote, and I'm quoting, God's guarantee that Abraham's children would survive forever as a nation defies the laws of nature. History has proven time and again that even the most powerful nations on earth are bound eventually to vanish into extinction. For example, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, and I'm adding, and God willing, soon Iran. And yet, the Jews, a numerically insignificant people, are still here, alive and well. The Brit Milah, performed on the 8th day, reminds us that the Jewish survival is not a natural phenomenon, but a supernatural one. Jewish survival defies the laws of nature. This explains why the mark of circumcision symbolizes the idea that the Jewish people's seed will never be destroyed. The Hebrew word for seed is zera, and our Torah portion is tazria, which means when a woman will bring forth seed or when she has a child. It connects us to God's promise to Abraham that his seed will be as numerous as the stars in the sky. Jewish identity is in the hand of man. This is a way of education and self-completion. By leaving circumcision in man's hand, we complete God's work in this world. Through the covenant with God, we are empowered with the wisdom to make good choices and understanding that making good choices in life will lead to blessings in our lives. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, Madam President, you have some announcements, right?
Yeah, no cookies this week, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, all right, this is so wonderful to see everyone this evening. We have, first coming up is the Passover Seder that is in 2 weekends from now. Michelle Harris is gathering all of those who are RSVPing for me. And if you have a payment, you can give it to me tonight. If you and potato dishes, vegetable dishes are needed for, still we have someone who is going to do the eggs. And I'll send out some emails with some updates on that. But please, it's only in 2 weeks. We'll be here as our first community Seder since 2019. On April 24th, we just had a very successful CPR training. If you got the newsletter, you saw all the photos from this weekend from our CPR training and Stop the Bleed. We had 22 members here who got certified and recertified in CPR. And we had a great time and learned a lot. This is my second time through this particular training. I've had it before, but this time it really actually sunk in. And many people said the same thing. So on April 24th, we are having a situational awareness training here at Temple. We've had one before, but we're going to focus on like everyday events for situational awareness and how to apply that wherever you are. Contact Jonathan for more information to RSVP. I want you to be aware of that. We're going to have 2 back-to-back services on April 29th and May 6th. It's just the way the calendar is working. And it's also because we have some special bat and bar mitzvahs coming up, and to get them all in a row, for Chelsea comes first with her bat mitzvah on May 20th and 21st and 22nd. And then we have Owen on June 3rd and June 4th. And so in order to accommodate that, we are having, and also because we have Yom HaShoah on April 29th, and Dr. Sandy Goldberg will be our guest speaker for that evening. And then the following week is Yom Ha'atzmaut. I was getting there. I missed a word. To celebrate Israel independence.
We may have guest speakers also.
Great. So be aware that for your scheduling, we're going to have 2 weeks in a row for that. And then we go back to our regular every other week. On May 15th, I will have you come up and talk for a second if you have some information on that.
What's happening May 15th?
I don't know.
Should we be here?
Don't leave town. So May 15th, we're going to have a wonderful celebration honoring Rabbi and Bob for their 20 years of service to us. So mark your calendars. If you have any great photos that you would like to share, from B'nai Mitzvahs, other happy occasions, or what? Oh yeah, or quotes or funny memories, any of the above are welcomed. It is a roast, so come with a sense of humor and plan to enjoy yourselves. So we'll start with a little wine and appetizers that evening. Invitations are going out, I think soon, this week. So you'll RSVP to me either via email or call me. And then if you want to mail your checks in advance, that would be great. So we don't have to deal with collecting that night. I think it's $20. Is that right?
I think it was funny.
Sorry, it is 20 per person per adult, and then if you're 13 or younger, it's 10. Is that right, Viv? It's $10. So we're catering pestos. It'll be salmon and chicken and veg and rice pilaf and salad. It'll be and homemade yummies a la Sue and Dave. Yeah, so it'll be wonderful. So. We'll look forward to it. And then, I don't know, did you put pictures of our haul from Penny's? I didn't get a chance to see the newsletter, but.
I did one picture.
So just a quick blurb about our warm clothing drive. We're already ahead of time. Elizabeth happened to be in Penny's and gave me an SOS that they were basically blowing everything out at a deep discount. So we have 27 garments already hanging in the basement, warm coats and fleecies and things like that for the kids for next fall. It was ridiculous. Like
Target, I took a picture and I didn't send it to you. Target today has a huge clearance, a whole side of the wall full of fleecies and coats. I was like,
well, there you go. We might
Did I
just
get
be
a
done
chance
by
to
time.
Also, I was at JCPenney's and they have everything 80% off and buy one, get one free even.
now this
Even
week.
better. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think we really left anything there. We pretty much cleaned it out size-wise. So yeah. So anyway,
It's amazing.
that's all I got. So
I still have a second.
go ahead.
Also, our Torah is still being worked on, so it's kind of weird when we open up and it's not there. So it will soon be here. And there was one other thing. Wednesday with lunch with Rabbi, we will be meeting this week. We won't be the week after because we'll be all getting ready for Passover and Shachrit on Sunday. Always here. And Sue Heisler, come here. It's your birthday. And there is something here that we have for you. Sue has been on our security for as part of our security team.
I thought that was a speaking machine.
No.
Right.
So we have told her. So hold on. So the W is not a W. It's actually a shin, and it's actually for the word in Hebrew is, how do you say it, Jonathan? Shomer. So for a female guard and security guard, and so she has her headband. And so because she won't, use other physical force, and she has a wicked forearm, and she is then in charge of getting any bad guys who come to try to attempt to come to her. They're dead, yes. And so we have her balls, and she's going to do it. It's all camo.
My kid said to me when I went to this meeting Sunday, he said, "Mom, don't hurt anyone."
You're good. So there you are. You have your official Temple Israel security.
It's official. Now it's official.
It's official.
That's it.
You're official.
You better watch it.
Happy birthday, Sue. We made it official.
It's very nice. No, it's my favorite.
Anything else?
No, there probably is, but I'll email.
It's always fun.
Oh, and thank you for everybody who brought their own eggs, but Debbie, also Hala from Sue, and
Everyone brought
everybody
something.
brought something. Thank you.
That's the power of community.
Yes.
That's it. Okay, we
Oh,
turn
yeah,
to
your Sunday school. And they're having a model Seder this week. So, yeah, there is Sunday school.
We turn to page 615. Please rise for the Aleinu.
Aleinu לשבח אדון הכל, לתת תפילה ליוצר בראשית, שלא שם בגויי הארצות, ולא סבלנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם אלוקינו כהן, ואור עלינו ככל עמונה. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר אדוני למלך הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Please remain standing. We turn to page 628 at the bottom. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. So tonight, we remember Dina Bakal, my mother, exactly to the day, Norman Baker, Randy Baker, Ada Burke, grandmother of Ann Goldman, Fred Burke, grandfather of Ann Goldman, Albert Braff, grandfather of Ian Rubin, Maurice Eisenberg, Maurice Anzer, Edward Green and Lillian Green, parents of Linda Brown, Jerome Joseph, Ray Gornick, Eva Lazar, Yolanda Masuda, Sid Rubinstein, Marilyn Serber, Iona Shipman, Paul Weiss, and we also remember Herman Gerfinkel, Anna Levine, Elizabeth Michelson, Janet Michelson, Max Whittle, and all those who are dying in Ukraine for nonsense, really. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise God and pray for the coming of God's kingdom. The Kaddish is on 629. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yeruteh v'yamlit malchuteh, v'chayachon u'yomechon, u'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי קודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say Amen. You may be seated. We turn to 730 for Ein Keloheinu for closing song.
You guys ready? Give you a minute to find the page. In Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Keloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemalkeinu, Mi Kemoshienu. Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel
Moshiachenu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshiachenu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshiachenu.
May God bless us on this Shabbat and every day. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Now.